Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to teach you how to update. This is very much particular to AMD motherboards, AMD users, AMD gamers like myself. So first things first, in addition, so you know what we do when you need to update your drivers, whether it's Intel graphics or NVIDIA graphics or AMD graphics, you go to Google, right? And then you type whatever, in this case, this particular computer that I am on. Again, we're not talking about graphics, how to update your latest graphics GPU. But it's just showing you my system here that we have AMD here. But I'm talking about the chipset, which is different. So obviously, to get the highest FPS, you want to ensure that you have the latest GPU graphics drivers for your system. All right. But in addition to that, if you're AMD motherboard, AMD CPU like myself, the system that I am, you're going to go to AMD drivers, and I'm going to show you how to update the chipsets. So it's the same procedure like I've shown you in other videos where how you go to update your graphics. You would select graphics, right? But we're not going to do graphics. We're going to do chipset here. So you can change from graphics. If in this case, if I wanted to update my graphics card, as you guys can see here, I have a RX 5700 XT. That's what I would do. I would go to the Radeon RX, the 5000 series RX, and look for my RX 5700 XT, and I hit submit. But in this case, we're going to be doing the chipset. So for my chipset here, if you update your chipset to the latest chipset, it's going to work better with the latest GPU graphics drivers that you get. So we're, instead of going to graphics, this is where I probably should start the video actually. You go to chipsets. You got to go to, this happens to be a AM4, so you need to have a little bit of details with your, so I have a little utility called CPU-Z. You can just Google this, and it gives me a bunch of information about my system. So I would go here. After it loads, you can download. This is completely free. You just go to Google and search for it, CPU-Z. I'm going to go to my main board, and you can see that I have a A520. That's the motherboard that I have. It's a model A520M hyphen HDV. Anyway, it's an A520. All right. And you can see that my CPU socket, if I go to the CPU tab, is a AM4 socket type, socket AM4. So we have pieces of information that we can then now select the right chipset. So I'm going to look for A520. That's the same one that it's telling me here, my CPU Z. So I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. And I have Windows 10 on this, so you pick either Windows 10 or 11. And do not do this one here. It's highly likely you don't have a RAID. That's something with storage. That's more of a corporation, big server type of thing. We're simple PC gamers, simple personal computer. So here's the AMD. This is the latest drivers from the July 26th. So I'm going to hit download. And it's currently downloading. I'm going to let that download. Depends on the speed of your internet. There we go. We finished. So I'm going to go to my downloads and click this executable here. Double click on it. I'm going to say yes to this. And now we don't need this anymore, so I can get rid of this. And it's doing some extracting, depending how fast your computer. This could be quick or instant, or it can be a little slow, or slower than mine, but it's getting there. All right, so it should open. Oh, it opened up over here. It's here in the bottom. There it is. It's a little bit slow. So there the way. So this is very important. So whenever you update your graphics driver for your graphics card, make sure you also have the latest and greatest chipset for your particular motherboard, for your particular system. This is again particularly for AMD. I think Intel users, Intel motherboards, Intel CPUs, they have something similar, but this is pretty specific to AMD. So I noticed that when you do this, you get a better FPS in your games, and that's what we all want. We want better FPS in any games that we have with our existing hardware, without having to buy a new system or upgrade our components. So that can be very expensive. So by default, all of this stuff is checked. Excuse me. So leave it checked, and then all you have to do is hit install, and then you let the chipset software update itself, and that's pretty much it. Once this finishes up, excuse me, you'll be able to restart your computer, and you'll see. Test it with a game, do some FPS tests, see if it improves your gameplay. You're going to get higher FPS. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. A straightforward video. I'm sorry I do talk a lot, but I just want to give you guys a little background on why you want to do this. So this is how you go about updating the AMD chipset for your PC, gaming PC for your PC. And that's pretty much it. You go to Google, type AMD drivers. I showed you already how to get to that chipset. I recommended a tool. Let's open up this tool here. Go to Google. And I said it was CPU-Z. This gives you a lot of information. The first result here. Click on that. And then there should be a download version. Download button set up in English or Chinese or whatever language you want. And that's pretty much it, guys. It gives you that piece of information that we looked at, and that's how you can find out what motherboard model you have and all that stuff. So there you go. AMD chipset software installed successfully. Here, it's going to recommend that you hit restart. I'm not going to hit restart until I close this video. But that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this is helpful. Please do this. If you notice that your games are losing FPS, is not so good, try updating your AMD chipset, and it should help a lot. Make sure you do the DDU method. I call it the display driver uninstaller, DDU. I already have a couple videos on my channel that talks to you how to do that. Clean out your GPU drivers, install the latest GPU drivers for your system by disconnecting from the internet, installing it after you did the DDU method, and then last but not least, or even before, you want to update your chipset. So that's it for this video. Let me know if this is good for you, and many blessings, and I'll see you guys in the video comments. Thanks for supporting and liking and commenting. Please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one, and goodbye.